My name is Fikela Jean Samuel. I'm a painter, I'm an artist. Originally I come from Cameroon in Central Africa, but now I live in Bango, Gwynedd in the UK. I have been painting basically all my life, and the reason is that I come from a culture where people are very creative. You either paint or you draw, some weave and some do embroidery, but for me, I picked up painting at a very early age, and since then I've never let it go. As an African living in this part of the world, I cannot ignore thinking about climate change because I hear about it every day, and I think it should be a cause of concern because I've been made to understand that if we do not take actions towards it, then maybe the future that we are going to meet, especially that of our children and our children's children, may be sabotaged, And I feel that we are obliged to make sure that the climate remains safe for all generations to come. And as an artist, I feel that I can use my talents too to spread the news and invite other people who are not aware of what they can do to know that no matter whatever effort, no matter how little it is, every human being, no matter where they are, can contribute something even little for climate change to cease to exist or even to mitigate the consequences when it already exists. Before we arrived at this level, we have had some meetings, and the project was broadly called the Good Ancestors. And when I joined, we were talking about climate change. And thankfully, I also attended an event, and somebody, a climate activist and expert, she was able to explain many things about climate change. And before then, I'd been thinking that climate change is something that only can be handled by intellectuals or professors or people with some particular big positions, organizations or governments. I had not known that every individual can be able to contribute something to make things better. So after understanding that, I thought that I could play a relevant role in this project by also using my skills then, and then contributing the knowledge I have had from other places and the ones from other people we interviewed also, in order to creatively explore it and then also creatively present it in the form of a painting.
Back home in Nigeria, I remember when my grandma was still in the flesh with us here. She has a lot of farming area, so she farms a particular area of the farm and then leaves it for fallow for a while and moved on. So I think she was trying to, they understood that nature changes, the climate changes, without us realizing what they were doing. A lot of things have emitted from the soil. A lot of radar and a lot of gas do come out from the soil, and they are really harmful to us because of the activities we've been doing to the soil.
Yeah, the message I want whoever that is advocating this is to make it known to the community that we're talking about health. It is not another political jingle. Okay. This is now talking to you and myself, talking to our children that are here and children unborn.
My message to Sam is, I think we should talk more on people being respectful with how they dispose rubbish. They should be able to know where to dispose recycling rubbish and the general and all the like. They should stick to it. The council teaches us about that every day. People should be able to take upon themselves this 2025 to master the various bins and to drop the rubbish that is directed to a particular bin to that bin. That will save us a lot further in the future.
For the painting that I am doing as part of the project, I have been inspired by, first of all, what I know about climate change now based on my research, and also what the people that we interviewed, what they told us about their own experiences relating to climate change. We now know how to share what we know to other people who did not know. So the painting will reflect the lessons drawn from those experiences, so that people who admire art, when they're admiring the painting, they'll not only go back with something for entertainment, they'll also go with a lesson which invites them to be climate change activists as well. For example, by just some days refusing to use your car and just walk around, change your diet more to vegetables instead of meat. Try to use maybe solar panels, those kind of little things which everybody can do. Or make sure that you dispose your waste in a way that is well organized, not just throwing things away. There is nothing like a way. It comes back to us in one way or the other.
Keep Wales Tidy split off from Keep Britain Tidy when devolution happened, so it's an entirely independent charity.
Oh, I see.
But the beautiful thing about that is it means that our work is entirely focused on the Welsh context and Welsh communities, the needs of which are often quite different to the needs of other communities in the UK. So our whole thing is, you look around Wales and where we're standing at the moment, we're so lucky and so privileged to live in such a beautiful country.
I agree, yeah.
And the whole point is, how do we ensure that we can safeguard and protect our environment, the beauty of Wales, the beauty, the cleanliness of our communities for future generations? That's our jobs, you know. We are guardians of the Welsh environment for future generations. And if we can just do a tiny little bit to make sure that Welsh communities can thrive and that they've got the tools, the resources, the knowledge they need to be able to protect nature, to protect our local environments for future generations, then I feel like we've done a decent job, you know.
Today, we are going to do a mural, painting a mural, a very big one, that responds to the 2 paintings I did for our project, the Good Ancestors Project. And the aim of the mural will be to invite the members of the community, especially those from the African background living in this community, to come and join hands together to represent visually on this wall what we think together can be done by the common man. We are involving the community because we want to expand the awareness. We know that when people come and actually participate, they'll remember more. You know, when you do something, you remember more than what you are being told, so that when they go back home, something instills in them about the ideas they gain from the project or the work.
It's been lovely, amazing. I'm glad I came here to be a part of this initiative. I didn't know what to expect, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I guess depending on where you're coming from, you don't really understand it. But as you take your time to know the implications that it has for everybody, then everybody has a role to play in ensuring that our climate is protected and saved, you know.
It's a beautiful project, especially when painting is involved. I haven't really, I've always heard about climate change and all, but I haven't really sat down to read lots of stuff about climate change. But the project just gives me an insight on what it means and how we can do better.
I want people to feel responsible for their world, to understand that they can do something, to stop shifting blames to other people, or to feel that the fight against climate change is for some intellectuals or some professors or organizations or government. I want people to feel to ask themselves, what can I do no matter how little? And to know that little actions at home, when they are with their friends on the streets, can go a long way to make this world better.